So let's go into your reading here. The first thing that's coming through is the Death card, and the Death card came out very early in the spread, which indicates to me this might be a situation that has potentially come in at the end of August, where you're making major transformation, major strides in different areas of your life, and it also pertains to wanting to expand outside of your horizon, outside of your comfort zone, and wanting to move ahead in a way where it's going to give you that freedom of movement, okay? So whatever has been restricting you in the past, I feel like it was a very restrictive situation. It was an environment where it was stable. I do feel a lot of stability with this Death card, and whatever has happened for you in the past, it was safe, it was welcoming, it was safe, it was solid, it was very stable. But I feel that your adventurous streak is going to kick up this month, and you're going to want to expand outside of your comfort zone. You're going to want to travel. You're talking about travel, planning to travel. The World card also is a card about completion, okay? So projects are being brought to an end. You're wrapping them up. You are, I feel, if you have been working around behind the scenes, I feel like you're wrapping up projects, and then you're bringing projects with you into the world, okay? So this is a great card for publishing, especially for those of you in the research field. I do feel something is ending in terms of research. You're getting all your data together, you're getting all the facts, you have started the writing process. And I do feel this is the month in which, you're getting like some type of peer reviews, peer editing, and you're going to be able to publish it or bring it forth into the world. This is the launching of something as well. So website, new business launches, partnerships, and things like that in business. Okay, I feel like it's a heavy work, business, public image type of a mentality. And I do sense as well, a lot of you, you're taking on a little bit of a Scorpio energy this month. You're keeping things close to your chest. You're not disclosing a lot of information, and all of a sudden you launch this thing and it really takes off. I do feel it has a lot of potential. It's going to be a little bit of a slow start, but I do sense it taking off. If you are launching it already, I do sense that's it's going to be fine. If you can delay it until October to launch something, it's going to be even better, okay? So I don't recommend starting new things, getting things off the ground, launching things, and doing major things in the month of September because of the retrograde period. If you can wait until October, I feel that that would be the better option. But if there are time constraints, deadlines that you have to meet, then by all means go ahead, because I do sense that you've done a lot of the preliminary legwork in order to make sure that it gets off the ground. So I don't sense major obstacles coming in here. What I do feel as well is you might get some news regarding, re-edits for publications. I do sense that coming through. So work through it and then wait until October. And then I also feel, feeling a little bit stifled in your home environment. Like I said, it's safe, it's very stable, but I feel that you might be looking for an upgrade. So you could be like in a 1-bedroom, wanting to upgrade into a 2-bedroom. This is a very expansive card. It indicates expansion of our physical environment, of our consciousness, or of our intellect. And in rare instances, it can also indicate like expansion of the waistline, weight gain and things like that. But I do feel you're doing it in a healthy manner. I do sense that. There's a lot of movement happening here, so just don't stress eat. Find another way, like physical activity or something like that, rather than stress eating, to cope with the energy that's coming in, okay? Because it's a lot of new dynamic energy. In terms of your financial situation, we do have the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands indicates to me a very stable, secure home environment, marriage, and things like that. It's linked up with the Nine of Pentacles, which is traditionally the self-employment type of a situation, okay? You could be a contractor contracting with a firm. And I feel like if you're working on a client-based basis, or if you're like working under your very own mandates, that means you're self-employed. And this card is a very good card that shows up to indicate that money will be coming in through side gigs, through, self-employment opportunities. A lot of clients getting a lot of positive reception. I do see you moving, traveling a lot. And I do feel that based on your business meetings, you're going to be able to land really good accounts by telling people where you've been, where you come from, geographically. And what I mean by that is, it's not about sharing the life history so much. It's more about saying that, oh, I've been there. Have you been there? And, talking about specific locations that you visited so that you can make that, very quick connection with another person so that they trust your expertise, so that they know you're very well traveled, so that they also have like a lot in common. They feel like they have a lot in common with you. It's going to win over clients. It's going to win over employees, employers as well. Okay, so this is a very, very financially stable card. A lot of you might literally be working from home, okay? Working very, very diligently in a home environment, and it's funny when I see the sign of Cancer, it's represented by the crab. So you've got that shell, right? And you can always retreat into your shell whenever, life deals a blow to you. So I feel like working from home makes you feel really comfortable. You have everything that you need at your disposal, and you don't have to travel very far. So I always think of Cancers as like the ideal self-employed, people where they work directly from home, because that's going to bring you a lot of good vibes, but your home environment is also going to be very stable. So I do sense this is a stable self-employment home office type of an energy coming through, especially for those who are self-employed and working directly from home. I also feel as well a lot of you might be saving up your financial resources to do some type of home renovation like I saw earlier, to do some type of like future planning where you're trying to purchase property. I don't feel you're doing it anytime soon, but you're thinking about purchasing property. You're thinking about saving up, and realistically, you're thinking about where you want to live long term so that you can set down roots and start a family. And you're thinking as well where it would be ideal to purchase something like a property and things like that. Okay, so very, very beautiful energies. The next card here deals with family, generational wealth, okay? We do have here the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles, once again, it's a family card. It's things that are not built up overnight. This takes a lot of time, many, many generations. It takes many years to accumulate. So first of all, we have the family unit, like the extended family unit or the nuclear family unit. We have the grandparents, the parents, and the children, and the dogs. So everything is built up over time. It's a transmission via a very a very stable family type of environment. So I do feel there's something coming through here. And the first message, once again, I'm getting some type of I'm getting some news within the family, and it pertains to health, okay? And I do feel it's transmitted from the father side of the family. And I do feel that it's something related to like the bloodline, okay? This is something that is hereditary. For some of you, I do feel like drinking issues, within the family unit, if this is something like the grandfather has struggled with, and now the father, and things like that, just be very careful, because I feel like some type of generational transmission. The other thing I'm feeling is things that are related to the lower extremities, which is like leg issues, like blood circulation, blood clots, and things like that. I feel like something related to the veins and the blood that's transmitted from the family. Okay, so this is some kind of health concern that's coming through, and I do feel that it's basically telling you to minimize your alcohol intake and maximize the physical activities that you are going to have to do, because I keep seeing like the right leg, either from the father or from you if you are a male, or from like male members of your family from the paternal side of the family, okay? So overall, that's what I'm feeling here. And I do sense we have here the Prince of Cups. This is going to be your energy. And the first thing that comes into me is this is like you're going to be called upon to lend a shoulder to cry on, to lend a willing helping hand, or to lend an ear to somebody's problems. And I do feel that you're coming to this, you're doing this gladly. I don't feel that there's any resentment from your end about having to be there for somebody. But I do feel it's somebody within your family unit, and I do sense there's a lot of communication. So you're either physically there, or you are there like over the phone talking to them if you're long distance from family members. But there's going to be possibly hearing about, health, hearing about financial issues, or hearing about possibly having your parents, purchase another property, or hearing somebody that you grew up with that you consider family purchasing property. So there's going to be a lot of communications within the family unit. They might ask you for your advice, and I feel for some of you, and this is a very specific message, someone might be wanting to purchase a property and their credit is not looking great. So they might ask somebody else to be like the person to buy the property. So that's what I'm feeling. Somebody's credit score is not that great. They have the money, but they don't have the work history to take out a mortgage. So someone else might do it in their place, in their stead, and I feel like there's a discussion here, and I feel like you might be the one to lend a helping hand, okay? And you're not doing it begrudgingly, but you're also a little bit nervous about it. I do feel they're trustworthy. I do sense that about them. So, do as you will, but I do sense like you want to ask questions about why the other person's credit history is a little bit shaky first. And like a lot of the times you guys have a very, very good giving heart, and you might just rush in. If it's family, no problem, I'll do it. But you might want to ask like, what's in your credit history that's a little bit, problematic for the credit bureau and for the mortgage people. So like you want to ask these questions first, and I want you to know that it is within your power to say yes or no. Don't feel obligated, okay? Because like I said, the other person has money, so they can find another person, they can find another way to do it, but I feel like they're relying on you because they trust you. So whenever someone asks us a favor, right, it is within our power to either accept or reject, right? So don't feel obligated, okay? Don't feel like you have to do anything, all right? So doing a little bit more digging, that would actually appease your worries, all right? So the next card here is finance related once again. And I do feel this is like the financial issue affecting the emotional state, okay? There's this emotional up and down with you, and it concerns travel. Having to travel a lot, possibly, planning travel, and feeling your money, like your financial resources, dwindling as a result. So I do see actually a lot of movement with you, a lot of friends to see, a lot of people to meet, and even a lot of clients to take out, okay? And I do sense that it's really important for you to keep all the receipts, keep everything so that you are getting properly compensated. I feel a lot of expenditures coming out this month. And there might be like a 1 month, 2 month gap before you are being reimbursed. So make sure you keep everything, receipts and items, and like economic transactions for clients, so that you can keep them for like at least 2 months before you can get reimbursed. I do feel some snags along the way if you're looking for reimbursement. If you're looking for money to come from an institution, so that could be if you're working for the government and you get your paycheck. If you're working for, if you're looking for loans, mortgage, and things like that, I do feel there are going to be communication that might delay the situation. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen at all. But I do feel there will be delays because someone is like looking over some documents with a microscope, and I feel that it's going to take them a while to sort things out and to approve you, okay? So you might need to call back and double check. You might need to call back and follow up with them when it comes to the financial payout that's supposed to come from a big institution, all right? In terms of your advice, here's what I'm sensing. We do have the Five of Pentacles, which is a problematic card when it concerns finances and money and assets, okay? So this is joint assets that is linking you up with another person. Sometimes the situation is a little bit difficult to extract yourself from. And so be very, very careful about not letting financial considerations keep you in an environment where you're not feeling happy, where you feel very stuck and stagnant. So you need to go out into the world to create the financial security for yourself in order to achieve the life that you want. So don't let financial considerations that's to link you up with another person and to really restrict your movement, okay? This is also a very, very good card in which two people actually, especially in love, but I'm not doing the love reading just yet. But the alternative explanation here is that I do feel that you're going to come back into contact with another person. And there is almost a sense of like, having a karmic tie, having sharing a past life together. And I do feel there's this really beautiful energy about two people who are going to rough it out with each other through thick and thin. And no matter what life throws at them, they have faith in one another and they're going to be by each other's side. So I feel like you have somebody like that in your life where you can always come to, and you are realizing the importance that the major role that this person has played in your life. And you know that no matter what, after like, even like if you haven't seen each other for 3 years, you can pretty much pick up where you left off. So this is a really, really deep rooted either business partnership or friendship or someone from your family that you really care for. They might have come upon some hard times and they might want, like a shoulder to lean on. And I do feel you're going to be the sounding board. You're going to be the person that they come to, okay? So we also have here the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is a fire energy. This is a very easily, it's an exciting, a very attractive, exciting person. And there's a lot of movement associated with this person. For some of you, this is your energy where you are basically overcoming, okay? And I do say overcoming because the finances looks very good for you guys. You're moving away from it. You're moving away from a place of financial poverty, spiritual poverty, and even like emotional poverty. You're in a really good emotional space for this month. And a lot of you are taking risks to free yourself from situations that have been kind of like they're stable, definitely stable, but they were not optimal for you. And you're moving away from it and you're looking for new energies. And in terms of the advice, that's what they're telling you to do. In order to break away though, you are going to have to take risks, okay? And I do feel once again, we have a whole move. The Ten of Wands usually means picking up the pieces and moving on, okay? It's a cumbersome process. It's very mundane. It's very like tedious. No one really wants to do it, but I do feel the next phase of your life is going to be very exciting. So they really want you to downsize when it comes to having a lot of clutter, having a lot of property, having a lot of items, cluttering your physical home environment. So getting rid of them, donating them, making some type of like clearing when it comes to your emotional space and your physical space, that's going to be really important for you to do. So declutter your environment. It will help bring in new energy into your house, move some furniture around, shift some things to, feng shui the house. And doing so would actually be a really good clearing process for your emotional state too. I do feel you're in feeling very, very good emotionally, and you're feeling a lot of love and support finally coming through. So love, support, recognition, I feel, coming through from your home environment where your parents or like family members are actually really proud of you, okay?